It's deja vu all over again. Hi, everybody. Zach Letson getting you set for a second straight Newport Gulls doubleheader, this time against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. The first one went pretty well. Newport swept the Ocean State Waves over in Wakefield on Saturday thanks to great pitching and 3 home runs. And that 2-0 record they had on Saturday, the same record they have against Martha's Vineyard this season. Gulls and Sharks going at it with Game 1 starting at 3 o'clock. So the Gulls pregame show starts right now.
Doctors at University Orthopedics have been caring for the people of southeastern New England for more than 40 years. With the Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University, we train the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. Our state-of-the-art facilities stretch from Westerly to Mansfield. At our East Bay Surgery Center, we've performed thousands of surgeries, including same-day total joint replacements. We've grown through the years, but our goal has always been getting you back to doing what you love to do. The best orthopedic care anywhere is right here. University Orthopedics.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Liam Tormey, joined alongside Virginia Tech Hokie Grant Umberger. Grant, thanks for joining us. First of all, congratulations on making it to the All-Star game as a relief pitcher for the reserves. What does that mean for you to be selected this year to play here at Cardinals Field next Sunday?
It means a lot. I'm very proud of it. I'm happy to represent the Gulls this Sunday. I'm just going to have some fun.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. So this season for the Gulls, you've played in 3 different kind of roles. You've started a game, you've played in relief, and you've also closed out a couple of games. What position have you been most comfortable in, or what do you see yourself being in a role towards the end of the season and when the playoffs start?
I think as the playoffs come and for the end of the season, I'll probably be the closer. I just feel like it's just good, 1 inning stint, and then just get the job done. And I have a lot of fun doing that role too.
Absolutely. So then you have 19 strikeouts, 1.80 ERA. You've continued to get better and better as the season has progressed. Is there something you're looking to improve on or continue to do as you get to the second half of this season?
Pretty much just keep doing the same stuff. I mean, every time I go on the mound, I try to strike every hitter out. So as long as I keep just doing my job, I'll be happy with my numbers.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Grant, for joining us, and good luck next weekend in the All-Star game representing the Gulls at Cardinals Field, and good luck. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This is Grant Umberger. I am Liam Tormey. We'll be right back in the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It's time for Gulls Eye View. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside catcher for the Newport Gulls, Matt Wood. And Matt, ever since coming back from that injury, you've really been on a roll. Reach base in 8 straight games, hitting over 380. What do you think's been working for you at the plate?
I think I'm just, I'm nice and relaxed at the plate. I've been sticking to my approach, and, I've just trying to been putting the bat on the ball and, just get on base as much as possible. That's always been my goal.
Well, not by coincidence, in my opinion. I think the team has been playing their best ball of the season. At the same time that you've been on this stretch, what do you think has allowed you guys to put in your best stretch so far this season, winning 6 straight?
I think we're just meshing well together. The pitchers are doing a great job. They're getting ahead of hitters. They're forcing contact. Our defense has been great of late, and then our offense is just kind of stuck to what we've been doing all season, just putting runs on the board.
Well, the Newport Gulls have 5 guys that have officially made the All-Star team, and you are our All-Star fan vote candidate. Of course, you can go vote for Matt Wood starting today all the way through Thursday at midnight. So, Matt, I want to ask you, do you have a campaign speech for the viewers?
No, I didn't really plan anything. If you can go out and vote, great. It would be an honor to be, an All-Star and, play with some great players that the NECBL has and, join my fellow teammates who have really earned the right to be there.
All right, Matt, well, we'll hope to see you Sunday, but until then, best of luck out there.
Thank you.
All right, pregame show will continue right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It's time for Gulls Eye View. Zach Letson joined alongside Gavin Cassis. Gavin, in Game 1, it's a 1-1 ball game. Not a lot of offense on either side, and you connect on a huge 2-run home run. How are you able to get so comfortable in your first game here with the Gulls?
I wouldn't really say comfortability. I was just trying to look for a pitch. I got the pitch, and I just executed my plan. It felt good. First game out there to help the team win.
Well, you come from Vanderbilt, one of obviously the most prestigious places for college baseball in the country, and you come up here to the Newport Gulls, one of the better teams this year for summer ball. What lessons were you able to take in your first season with them?
Well, it was good for me to kind of go through that transition between Vanderbilt and here. At Vanderbilt, I learned a lot by watching, a lot of time on the bench, like talking to guys, trying to just gain experience, and then here just trying to put it into play. And it's good that I'm just getting opportunities and at-bats to make it happen.
Well, you joined the team, and you guys are in the midst of your best stretch of the season. 6 straight wins. That's the longest the team has had all year long. How do you continue this with a couple big games today?
Just consistency. Just trying to string together good at-bats and just create offense.
All right, Gavin, well, thanks so much for the time. All right, pregame show will continue right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Take control of your financial future. Build a secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
It's time for the Broadcasters Roundtable. Zach Letson joined alongside the field reporters for the Newport Gulls, Liam Tormey and Ryan Medeiros. And Liam, I'll start with you. What can Gulls fans expect on the mound tonight from a pitching staff that's been very dominant as of late?
It's been absolutely dominant. Today, this afternoon in Game 1, we'll see Grayson Moore on the mound for the Gulls with a 2.57 ERA in 4 games this year. He started in 2. It'll be his 3rd game starting this year for the Gulls. I think you could expect a lot out of him. His strikeout to walk ratio is very good, 14 strikeouts to 3 walks. So he's doing absolutely amazing in that category. So I think he'll need to get out early for the Gulls, and if they could do that against Ryan Vanderhee, who was projected to start today for the Sharks, and he's got a 6.57 ERA, hasn't played since about June 20th. So if the Gulls can get on him early, Grayson can get into a groove, the Gulls can see themselves getting out very early.
Well, you talk about Grayson Moore and the type of season he had, as you said, a 2.57 ERA, kind of a microcosm of what's been a fantastic Newport pitching staff as of late with a 1.98 ERA in their last 9.
1.98 ERA across the entire pitching staff is ridiculous. And when you get into this stretch of games where the Gulls have a lot of games going into the second half of the season, if they want to stay up in that first place spot, that's exactly where they want to be going into the playoffs. You get everyone feeling comfortable, everyone feeling confident, and a 1.98 is exactly where you want to be. And I know the coaching staff is going to be amazed by that. They're going to be impressed, and they're going to want it to continue. So hopefully Grayson can get out early, as I said, and continue that streak of 1.98 over the last 9 games.
Well, Ryan, it's a pitching staff that's certainly done their job, but this is an offense that had 3 huge swings against the Ocean State Waves in that doubleheader sweep with 3 home runs, and they've done their job at the plate as well.
Absolutely, and first off, let me apologize for my lack of fancy dress. Our Vineyard broadcaster wasn't able to make it here for the pregame show because they got delayed, unfortunately, on their way to the game today. But Vineyard will be here for today's doubleheader. Let me talk about a guy in Matt Wood who has been absolutely fantastic since returning from an injury. In 8 games since his return, a .381 average with a .515 on-base percentage. He has reached base in all 8 games since his return. He's been a huge part of Newport's offense that has the 2nd best average in the league and the best in the Southern Division.
Well, we're talking about it off the air. This is a pivotal doubleheader today for the Newport Gulls, and a doubleheader that these two actually played in 2019 between the Gulls and the Sharks was a big deciding factor in the final standings, with Newport finishing just a game back in second. It's a huge couple of games here for a second straight Newport Gulls doubleheader. How do they get it done?
Well, they just got to keep the bats rolling. Obviously, like Liam said, the pitching has been fantastic. I think a great development for the Gulls has been the production that Grant Umberger has given them at the back end of the bullpen. If he can be that de facto closer for this team and step up and lock down ball games, the Gulls have been blowing out teams, but if they can win those close ones, they can be a really dangerous team.
All right, getting closer to a doubleheader between the Gulls and the Sharks at 3 o'clock. But first, the Newport Gulls pregame show continues next. It's time for the Manager's Show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson joined alongside the skipper for the Newport Gulls, Kevin Winroad, before Newport plays 2 today against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. And, Coach, your team's going through their best stretch of the season, a 6-game winning streak. It's really been led by the pitching, a 1.98 ERA over their last 9. What's allowed them to get in such a groove?
I just think the biggest thing is throwing strikes. I think in this league, when you throw strikes, and we've got talented arms, so I think that's been the big change since early in the year.
Well, they've got depth on both sides, both pitching and hitting. Had 2 different players record their first home run of the entire summer in that doubleheader sweep of the Ocean State Waves. What do you think that says about the depth of this team?
I think that's going to get real important, and of course for all the teams with all the rainouts. And I think we do have depth, and it's going to get tested here today because we have a couple of our main guys out today. But I think we're better as a team as a whole than the individual pieces that we have, but we'll find out today.
Well, it's funny how baseball works. You guys played Martha's Vineyard in a very impactful doubleheader back in 2019, and here you are 2 years later, similar time in the season with 2 games with a lot on the line. How do you guys keep this winning streak going and pick up a couple W's today?
I just think we worry about ourselves. Whoever we play just gives us a chance to play our game, and we need to continue to play well and just be consistent.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks so much for the time. All right. Pre-game show will continue here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Let's play 2. We welcome you into historic Cardines Field for a doubleheader, the second doubleheader that the Newport Gulls play in a 3-day span, this time against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. And with that, we welcome you to the Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson joined alongside the broadcaster for the Martha's Vineyard Sharks, Brendan Morton, and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, Liam Tormey. And Brendan, this is the only place you guys haven't been so far, but you finally make it out here to Cardines Field.
Yeah, obviously we couldn't make it out due to a raid delay earlier in the season, but I'm psyched to get here, and it should be a great day of baseball.
Well, it's a Martha's Vineyard team that had played a lot of good ball coming in to this recent stretch, but then suffered what was a little bit of a surprising loss against the Bristol Blues last time out.
Yeah, it was a good pitcher's duel from both sides, both the Sharks and the Blues, but the Blues were able to crack the bats just a little bit more than the Sharks, and they made a few more plays in the field, and that ended up propelling them to a victory.
And on the other side for the Newport Gulls, they are winners of 6 in a row, the longest winning streak they have had all season long. And Liam, just a case of everything going right, a pitching staff that's really come into their own, and just an offense that's really been producing some clutch hits.
Everything is rolling for the Gulls right now. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games, 6-game winning streak, as you said. Both sides of the ball going absolutely fantastic for the Gulls. You have the pitching, the last 9 games under a 2 ERA, and when the bats are going like they do, Justin Guerrera, who's probably been the MVP of the first half of the season for the Gulls, not in the lineup today, but when you have guys 1 through 9 that you could rotate in and out, and the depth on this team, it's all good things for the Gulls before the All-Star break.
Yeah, so I'll take you a little bit through of how the Newport Gulls got here. As you said, they're in their last week of playing before the All-Star game here at Cardines Field, and Newport will have 5 representatives, at least in that game. Of course, the All-Star fan vote candidate is Matt Wood, so if you can, go onto our website and vote for Wood. That voting goes until Thursday night at midnight, but the Newport Gulls that we know will be representing this year in the All-Star game here at Cardines Field, it's Sam Cochran and Justin Guerrero who will be playing in the starting lineup of that game, and they will be met by Dawson Brigman as well as Kellen Tullio, the starting pitcher for the Newport Gulls, who has been outstanding this year, as well as Grant Umberger, the new Newport Gulls closer, who closed out win number 1 of what was a doubleheader sweep against the Ocean State Waves. Everything went right for Newport in that stretch. A 3-1 victory in game number 1, thanks to a great performance from Kellen Tullio, 4 innings, giving up just 1 earned run. And the difference in that game, Gavin Cassis, a 2-run home run in his first game as a Newport Gull, put Newport on top 3-1, and that's all the runs that they would need in the end in game number 2. A couple more big home run swings from Joe Fortin and Justin Guerrero got the job done, as well as a great start from Jimmy Kingsbury. So Newport wins in both of those 2 doubleheader games and looking for 2 more here today. So we'll step aside and come back with the starting lineup and first pitch here from Cardines Field between the Gulls and the Sharks.
fans will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Welcome you back to Cardines Field as the Newport Gulls set to face off against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks with a 6-game winning streak on the line. Welcome you back to the Gulls pregame show. Zach Letson, Brennan Morin, and Liam Tormey taking you through 14 innings of baseball, at least today at Cardines Field. The Newport looking for a 3rd win in game number 3 between these 2 teams. So Brennan, why don't you take us through the starting 9 that the Newport Gulls will see today from the Martha's Vineyard Sharks?
Thank you. So, leading off for the Sharks will be Colin Shapiro out in left field. In the second spot will be Will Duff at 3rd base. In shortstop will be Jake Berger. Batting cleanup will be Spencer Bramwell, the catcher. Batting 5th will be Matt Woods, the first baseman. Batting 6th will be Grant Norris. Batting 7th will be Trey Leonard playing right field. Batting 8th will be Brad Gronkowski in center. And at second base will be Jaden Jackson. The pitcher will be Ryan Vanderhey from Kansas.
As we get set for the 3rd matchup and the first time that these 2 play at Cardines Field, a couple of pitchers' duels early on. Newport winners in Game 1 by a score of 4-2 and in Game 2 by a score of 9-6. It's a Newport team that's proven they can beat you in a lot of different ways, Liam. How are you looking for this Gulls team to try to extend this to a 7 or an 8-game winning streak? How do they get it done?
I think, first of all, you have to be excited to have Grayson Moore on the mound once again. This will be his 3rd game starting now for the Gulls. He's appeared in 4 games already. He last pitched just a week ago against the Bristol Blues in a win for the Gulls. He's 1-0 this season, 2.57 ERA, 14 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts to 4 batters walked. He's let up 14 hits, but I think if Grayson Moore can get into this game early and dominate himself like he has in the game against Bristol last week, in 5 innings, only let up 3 hits and 1 earned run. If he could start this game early and get into a groove, then I think the Gulls will be in a good place, especially for a 7-inning game. It's not like your typical 9 innings. And then on the flip side, I think the batting's just got to be how it usually is. The bats get rolling, and the Newport Gulls, when the bats are rolling, it seems like the pitchers, especially over the past 9 games, have been feeding off of that energy from the offense. And if the Gulls can start off early today in Game 1 here, I think they get on a groove and can pick up an early win heading into the second one this evening.
Well, you mentioned a Gulls pitching staff that's really come into their own. A 1.98 ERA across the last 9 Newport Gulls games, and only been a dominant stretch for this team. Their longest winning streak of the season. As, of course, a little bit of a different arrival time. We'll give the listeners a little bit of a insight into why we're starting a bit later. The first pitch was scheduled for 3 o'clock, but the bus of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks actually broke down on the way over here. So we were forced to push back to what we were told is a 3:45 start time. Right now, Martha's Vineyard warming up down in their left field line as the home plate umpires here are gathered. And while we're waiting, Newport's fielders have huddled down the first base line. So why don't we give you Newport's defensive alignment as they get set to take the field for the very first time for 14 innings of baseball. For the Newport Gulls, from left to right in the outfield, Connor Kiley is in left, the only Aquidneck Island Newport Gull. Kenny Oyama is in center from Loyola Marymount. Sam Cochran The back-to-back NECBL All-Star starts in right field. Joe Fortin, who had a big swing in Game 2, a 2-run home run. He starts at third base. Spencer Smith at the shortstop position. Dawson Brinkman at second. And Bryce Hewlett at first. An interesting situation behind the plate. It was a scary situation that happened in the doubleheader against the Ocean State Waves. Peter Cerruto's Newport's normal catcher took a fastball off of the helmet and was forced to leave the game. And in that game, it was Jordan Rogers that stepped in and caught for the rest of the game. And today, that is what Kevin Winroad is doing, at least for game number 1. It is Jordan Rogers who catches for the Newport Gulls. An interesting sight, a guy that we've only seen in the outfield. I mean, we're talking about certainly a different dynamic, but really quintessential summer ball to have someone move from the outfield to the catcher spot.
Especially, too, for this Gulls team that has had that rotation of catchers. And now you have Jordan Rogers come in, and he's played that position before being at Michigan. But I think it's a little different for being that pitcher-catcher, connection and relationship. It has to grow as a pitcher. You see it all the time in the major leagues and in baseball just in general, that pitchers sometimes prefer some catchers to others. I think Jordan Rogers has probably had to step into this role unexpectedly, but at the same time, you grow that relationship with your pitcher, and hopefully today with Grayson Moore, they get on the same level. And with, as I mentioned before, with Grayson Moore continuing to get better and better with each start, it might be an easier day for Jordan Rogers behind home plate.
Well, the Sharks are getting warmed up, as are the Newport Gulls, getting closer and closer to baseball. We'll step aside quickly and come back with first pitch of game number 1 between Martha's Vineyard and Newport here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most scenic communities to offer summer baseball at its finest. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League continues to transcend communities and give the best student athletes from across the country a chance at their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com. The New England League. Keep your eye on the dream. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information.
Back here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Thanks so much for joining us. 2 games here today at Cardines Field as the Martha's Vineyard Sharks come to Cardines Field for the very first time this season. Of course, this first game that is being made up. It was supposed to be opening night on June 4th, a game that never happened. And a Newport Gulls team that knows a lot about rainouts, that being the first. Then had 4 more in an 8-day span over these last couple of weeks. A lot of baseball that the Newport Gulls will be playing. 19 games with just 2 off days. As good as this team has been, it's really going to test them.
Yeah, and we've talked about it in the pregame show, but the depth of this team is going to have to come in and show what they're about for the end of this season. They get to the playoff times, it's a little bit different, but if you want to secure that number 1 spot in the Southern Division, then it's going to come down to these games, and these doubleheader games are a lot different. You're going to have to get guys rotating, and the depth of this team is going to have to show for the Gulls to see if they can eventually clinch that number 1 spot. But today, I think, is a good test against a good Sharks team. They're 2-0 against. First time that they're here at Cardines Field this year, and it should be a great matchup between these two. But first game, I think the Gulls, especially with a Martha's Vineyard team that, it happens in travel. Their transportation goes down, and, I remember being as a kid when that stuff happens, that you're kind of off your game a little bit, and your schedule of what you do for pregame rituals isn't exactly the same. So the Gulls can start this game quick, get out and jump early on this Sharks team, then I think it will do them well.
Let's give you some backstory for the man on the bump today for the Newport Gulls, Grayson Moore. He is the first of 2 Vanderbilt Commodores that will be starting today for Newport. Grayson Moore in game number 1, and Nelson Berkwich making his first appearance for the Gulls will start in game number 2. But for Moore this season, he is a two-way guy for the Newport Gulls. Has played in 10 games at the plate and is making his 5th appearance this summer and has been nails for Kevin Winroad's squad. A 2.57 ERA in 4 games pitched. This is his 3rd start, 14 innings, and 13 strikeouts to go with just 4 walks. He has been outstanding. This is his first appearance this year against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. He's played against Ocean State, Mystic Valley, and Bristol on the mound. And his first task, Colin Shapira of the Sharks looks at a first pitch ball. We're underway. First pitch coming in at 3:52 p.m. 74 degrees and cloudy in the city by the sea. And this pitch misses upstairs and into Shapiro, 2-0. Moore looking quickly. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's nubbed off the end of the bat, rolls just foul.
As we mentioned, Zach, it's one of those games where with the transportation, Martha's Vineyard doesn't get the opportunity to take BP before this game like usually happens. It does happen when this type of stuff occurs, but see if the Sharks can get off with their bats early.
2-1 is a home run swing from Shapiro. Swings right through it. 2-2. His 13th game this season as a Martha's Vineyard Shark. A .278 hitter with 9 RBIs. Part of that Martha's Vineyard team in 2019 that almost went all the way. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Grayson Moore, 1 batter and 1 strikeout for the Vanderbilt Commodore. His 14th strikeout through 14 1/3 this season, and there's 1 down.
Great little start there for Grayson Moore. He gets down on the count 2-0 and makes his way back with 3 strikes in a row for his first strikeout of the game.
And now he'll face Will Duff, the 3rd baseman. He's had a first pitch, high breaking ball, but it's upstairs. A Vanderbilt Commodore facing a Vanderbilt Commodore. He hits the fastball right on the screws, but right to Spencer Smith. Easy play to first. And there's 2 down.
Spencer Smith, we've seen him move around the infield a lot this season. Today, batting number 9 and in the shortstop position for the Gulls. Spencer Smith, you have to say he's part of that glue for this roster this year. But another good pitch, an at-bat for Grayson Moore. 2 down with not many pitches in this first inning so far.
Here's Jake Berger, the shortstop, as Moore looks to go 1-2-3 and blows a fastball in there for strike number 1.
Jake didn't play against the Blues 2 nights ago, but he did come in for a pinch hitting opportunity in the top of the 9th. He got hit by a pitch to load the bases, and then a ground out by the Sharks ended the game. But, you know, he is known for his power, so he was ready for that position. Unfortunate, wasn't able to swing the bat, but got aboard.
Bit of an upset out there at Muzzy Field as Bristol came out with a surprising 1-run victory over the Sharks. 1-2 to Berger. It's a chopper, but right to Dawson Brigman. Easy play. 1-2-3 goes Martha's Vineyard in the top of the first. Newport's turn to bat when we come back on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League.
Newport gets their first at-bats of this ballgame. Let's take you through the Newport Gulls starting lineup. It's Kenny Oyama, the typical Newport leadoff man that'll start things off. Dawson Brigman right behind him playing second base and hitting second. Sam Cochran, the outfielder, hits third. First pitch is a strike from Vanderhey in his first outing against the Gulls this season. Bryce Hewlett will be the cleanup man for Newport and play first base. Gavin Cassis plays his third game as a Newport Gull. Had a big swing in the first game of the doubleheader, a 2-run shot, and was the difference in that game. He hits fifth. Jordan Rogers sixth. Playing the catcher position, as we mentioned in the pregame show, Joe Fortin hits seventh and plays the hot corner as Oyama swings and misses. A 3-pitch strikeout for Vanderhey to start the bottom of the first. Connor Kiley is the 8-hitter for Newport playing left field. And Spencer Smith, the man fourth in the NECBL and on-base percentage, checks in at the 9 spot playing shortstop.
I actually apologize. It's Daniel Haggerty on the mound, also from Kansas. I think Vanderhey is going to be our Game 2 starter. So they flipped.
Bit of a late switch as we're finding out up here. And Haggerty faces Dawson Brigman now and is pounding the zone. First pitch strike.
I have to mention Dawson Brigman being named to the All-Star game as a coach's selection. So congratulations to Dawson as he fouls that one back. Make the count 0-2.
Numbers very worthy of being an all-star. 327 hitter, tied for the lead on the Newport Gulls. A home run and 11 RBIs as well. He's one of 5 goals at least that'll be here on Sunday. This pitch is inside to Brigman, 1-2.
Give a quick rundown on Daniel Haggerty. He's made 4 appearances this year, pitching a total of 16 innings, allowing 4.5 runs.
As Brigman hits this hard, but up with it is Berger across the diamond in time for the second out.
He's given up 18 hits and struck out 12. He's been fairly reliable for the Sharks, just sometimes getting too deep into games where hitters have been able to pound the zone against him.
Now we face another all-star in this Newport Gulls lineup. That's part of the danger. Sam Cochran, who is a back-to-back all-star. Had that feat with the Winnipesaukee Muskrats in 2019. And he'll be playing in the all-star festivities on Sunday. And why not? Leads the team with 25 hits. And this is team-leading 23rd game as well. Lines this one, a diving play at the hot corner from Duff. What a play to end the first. A web gem from Will Duff ends what's a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Scoreless as we go to the second on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, And subscribe on youtube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The New England League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most scenic communities to walk.
Colorado Mesa University.
4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Martha's Vineyard Sharks in a scoreless ball game. A 7-inning ball game here in game 1 to get us started. 14 innings of baseball coming your way. 1 down, 13 to go. Spencer Bramwell is the first batter for Martha's Vineyard. The catcher looks at a first pitch and their first strike.
Yeah, Spencer Bramwell been a pretty good hitter for the Sharks this season. Hit 3 home runs, obviously showing his power, 9 RBIs.
Well, hits this one hard. A one-hopper to Spencer Smith, but a 6-3 putout to get things started in inning number 2.
Yeah, there obviously he's a good hitter. He hits it hard is what it really stands out to most fielders. That's why he's been fairly successful there. Another hard hit ball, just good hop to Spencer Smith at short.
4 up and 4 down for Grayson Moore. The last 3 all coming on ground outs. Here's Matt Woods. He fouls the first pitch back. Someone very familiar with Cardines Field, a member of the Newport Collegiate Baseball League last summer, as we seen a lot of these guys around the league. Newport's got a couple of them, Spencer Smith included. And Matt Woods a part of the Kettle Bottom Crush that won the league. As he looks at this pitch, it comes in upstairs. But playing for the first time at Cardines Field since then, as is this entire Martha's Vineyard team. 1-1. It's chopped, but it goes foul. One and 2 to the Bryant Bulldog. Starting today at first base. The Vineyard looking for their first base runner. And this one's line. Nice play by Dawson Brigman, able to make a couple steps back and make the catch, and there's 2 away.
Great job by Dawson Brigman to be there. You can never know where the ball is going to end up, and Dawson Brigman being in the right place at the right time just has to back up and makes a routine play to get the second out of the inning.
Somerset, Pennsylvania.
Now it's Grant Norris, the Duke Blue Devil. Looks at a first pitch fastball, able to hold up on his swing. And I'll check in over on first, but we'll say that he held his swing around. (1-0) in there for a strike. Today's umpires, we'll give them to you. Anthony Brunetti and Tyler Bullock in the field, and calling balls and strikes, Robert McHugh behind the plate. 1-1. Skips in the dirt as Jordan Rogers able to corral it, starting in his first game at the catcher position this season with the Newport Gulls.
Those first 2 pitches from Grayson Moore in this at-bat, both at 90. It's pretty big stuff there.
Line back up the middle for a base hit. The very first base runner for either side. It belongs to Grant Norris. A 2-out single here in the second.
Yeah, Grant Norris hasn't played in a few games for the Sharks, but he's also been one of their more successful hitters. He's got 3 home runs this season, and they're displaying a well hard hit ball up the middle and gets himself aboard.
All from one ACC kid to another, Grant Morris from Duke. Here's Trey Leonard from Louisville. His teammate was the number 1 pick in last night's Major League Baseball draft, Henry Davis, a catcher selected by the Pittsburgh Pirates. After a sensational season, as you could probably guess, being the number 1 pick. First pitch from Moore comes in high.
Of course, there are some variety of players on this team that have teammates getting drafted in the MLB draft yesterday and today as well.
This one's shot on the air, but it'll find its way onto America's Cup Avenue. Of course, Grayson Moore on the bump. Vanderbilt Commodores on both of these teams, and the big pick went number 10 to the New York Mets, Kumar Rocker. And, of course, Jack Leiter, the number 2 overall pick to the Texas Rangers. A busy day, both yesterday and today across baseball. As All-Star Weekend approaching in the major leagues and All-Star Weekend approaching here in the NECBL as well. Next Sunday, here at Cardines Field for the first time in 5 years and the 4th time ever. All-Star Game festivities will be held at the City by the Sea. As this one's grounded, diving play by Hewlett. He will run to the bag in time. Bryce Hewlett, a nice defensive play, and that ends the top half of the second. Still scoreless between Sharks and Gulls on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Back here at Cardines Field, head to the home half of the second. No score between Sharks and Gulls. And a man that just made a fine defensive play will start things for the Newport Gulls. Bryce Hewlett in the cleanup spot. Swings at the first pitch he sees. A long run for Woods. He'll throw over to first, and it's in time. Had to go a long way to make the play, but he did, and there's one down.
Yeah, you know, the first thing I learned about Matt Woods there at first is he's one of the more versatile players on Bryant. So when he came to the Sharks, I was expecting a lot, and he's totally fulfilled those expectations there. Another great play, and you also got to credit the pitcher, Daniel Haggerty, for covering, keeping that concentration, way to put his foot on the bag.
That's always a tough play to make, and Ryan Hernandez, the first baseman all-star selection for the Sharks on next Sunday, is not here today for the Sharks, so a great play by Woods on a not very easy play, to say the least.
First 2 pitches come out of the zone to Gavin Cassis. 85 miles an hour from Haggerty. Here comes a 2-0. Swinging at this one and chops it. Looks like it somehow got over the fence and into the Newport Gulls dugout. His 3rd game as a Newport Gull, his first 2 on Saturday in that doubleheader. And made it count. Swings and misses at off speed stuff on the 2. 277 miles an hour from Haggerty evens the count.
And as you said, he made that count on Saturday in that first game with the go-ahead 2-run shot as Cassis fouls that ball off. Count still 2-2, but game 1, I mean, way to introduce yourself, to give the Gulls a win in a close contest with Ocean State, and Cassis fitting right in with the DH spot today.
Looks at a 2-2 just outside. Well, he might be getting used to these 7-inning games. That's all he's played with the Newport Gulls so far. 2 7-inning games, and that 2-run shot coming in the bottom of the 6th. Looks at this pitch inside. A good eye for Gavin Cassis. And there's the first base runner for the Newport Gulls here this afternoon.
The catcher, number 8.
Good job there by Cassis just to make Haggerty work a little bit. And he gets up on the count. Looks at 2 pitches at the end there to get the walk and get the first runner on base for the Gulls.
Well, now it's the left fielder turned catcher, Jordan Rogers. First at bat today, and hello, it's this one right back to the fence. Something if you're new to sitting here for games, it might Might call for a little flinch a little bit, for sure.
I plead the fifth for that.
Not just exposing you, but everyone in this vicinity in this ballpark, as the 0-1 comes into for a strike to Rogers, 0-2. Oh, he is playing catcher for the second time this year with the Gulls, his first start. He did play the position 3 times this season with the Michigan Wolverines. Swings and misses at the 0-2, throw down to first, and just back in time is Cassis, but a strikeout for Hegarty. There's 2 away.
The third baseman.
A nice job by Haggerty to fight back there after walking Cassis and getting Rogers on what seemed like an easy at-bat for him.
Yeah, you see Spencer Bramwell, the catcher for the Sharks there, throw down at first and check on Cassis, but we see him do that quite a bit in these games. Unfortunately, caused a mistake in the game against the Blues where he was a strike him out, throw him out opportunity there, and he overthrew, or he bounced in the throw to third, and the runner scored to make that lead too. So just something to keep an eye out tonight.
Oh, we'll throw over again to first, and back in time is Cassis. Joe Fortin is the batter for the Newport Gulls. He sat in game 1 of the doubleheader against Ocean State, but played in game 2 and made an impact himself. A 2-run home run in the second inning of that game, and now digs in the second inning of this game. I like to do the same. His 8th game this season, and had just 2 hits up to that point, but that third was a big one. It was an 8-4 win for Newport, and that game number 2, this pitch in for a strike to Fortin. He's behind 1-2 with 2 outs.
Fortin obviously getting a lot of run at third base recently. As we mentioned and continue to, the depth on this Newport team is continuing to show as the season has progressed.
Swings and misses at the 1-2. Nice slider out of the arm of Haggerty to end this bottom of the second. So still no score as we go to the third. And let's keep it here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Toss things over to Liam Tormey to give us a look around what we can see from the NECBL today.
Yeah, so today, Vineyard and Newport game is the first and only game of the afternoon so far. We have in the Southern Division, we have Bristol and Danbury later tonight at 6:30, and then game 2, of course, of the Vineyard and Newport series will be at 6:35, or as with the delay in the game today, a half hour after the finish of game 1. But we'll look around the Southern Division just to see what is going on. Your Newport Gulls are 16-7 in first place in the Southern Division. The Valley Blue Sox 2 games behind Newport Gulls at 14-9, and the Martha's Vineyard Sharks 2.5 games back of the Newport Gulls. They got their loss, as we mentioned, to the Bristol Blues, which put them back a little bit this past weekend on Saturday. They're 13-9. Danbury Westerners, who the Gulls will see a lot of this week, both away and at home, are 11-10, 4 games back. The Mystic Schooners 12-12, 4.5 games back. Ocean State Waves, who, as we know, the Gulls got 2 wins over on Saturday in their doubleheader, 10-15 and 1 tie. They're at 7 games back. And the Bristol Blues 5-19-1, 11.5 games back. So Danbury and Newport will be seeing a lot of each other this week, and that'll, if it goes one way or another, see a little divide in the standings before the All-Star game starts. And Newport is staying with Keene. The Swamp Bats won last night in the Northern Division to have the same record as Newport Gulls. So they're both fighting right now for both their first spot in the division, but the first spot overall in the NECBL in terms of record.
Well, it's a packed day around the NECBL, and now I'll hand it over to Brennan Morton to take us through play-by-play for innings 3, 4, and 5.
Thank you. It's going to be Gronkowski, Jackson, and Shapiro due up for the Sharks. That first pitch there, line foul by Gronkowski. That fastball from Moore is in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to Gronkowski. Gronkowski has also had his breather in these last couple of games, so here it's a great opportunity for him to get going. That pitch up and in makes it 1-2. One-two low and away, Gronkowski. Already one of the longer at-bats so far. Sharks have been going after some of the first pitches from Moore, so let's see if we can continue that here. The 2-2 to Gronkowski. Swung on, fouled back. Almost made contact there with the camera. So we'll do it again. The 2-2 to Gronkowski. The off speed just misses inside. It looked pretty good, but just away. This is going to be the first full count for the Sharks here. That pitch lined at the third baseman. Fortin throws over and makes the play for the first away.
Fortin, a little double clutch there, but still gets the runner out. And you mentioned, Brennan, a longer at-bat as we've probably seen here in the first 3 innings, but Grayson Moore continuing to do his thing so far early on in this game.
Of Georgia Tech and Sugar Hill.
Yeah, from an efficiency standpoint, it's worked really well so far. That was just his 31st pitch now, 2 1/3 through.
Now it brings up number 8, Jaden Jackson. He's playing second base tonight. Familiar spot for him so far this season. Split time at short and third as well. Mostly in the middle infield. That second pitch is up and away. So it's 2-0 to Jackson. Jackson was that last out for the Sharks against the Blues. That one line. And it gets past Spencer Smith at shortstop, who's in there for a single. I was going to mention he was 0 for 4 against the Blues, so it's good for him to get back on the base path.
Yeah, good piece of hitting from Jaden Jackson there. Hit perfectly really in the hole between Fortin and Smith. And we saw a hard hit ball that was kind of hit right towards Fortin. That one hit kind of similar in terms of how hard it was hit, but in just a perfect location where there was no Newport goal to get to it. And yeah, just good piece of hitting to get a base runner.
That's right. Now it brings up the leadoff, Colin Shapiro, and he makes a bunt down the third base line, and he is going to be safe at first. First pitch bunt. A great placement there for Shapiro, and he showed off the wheels there. Beat out the throw from Fortin.
I'm not sure Shapiro, I don't think Fortin thought that was coming whatsoever.
No.
And Shapiro laid down a perfect bunt right at the last second. Moved the runner along in Jackson and gets safe at first with just 1 out in the top of the third.
Yeah, great play there by Shapiro. It takes the first pitch. It's going to be a fastball. Laid down a perfect bunt. Now it brings up Will Duff. Swings at the first pitch, foul down the third base line. So that makes it first and second with only 1 away here in the top of the third. Will Duff grounded out in his first appearance at bat. Jackson takes his lead at second. Pitching for Moore for a strike. And it's quickly 0-2 to Duff. The Sharks are known to be aggressive on the base path. They were picked off twice in their game against the Blues. That pitch in on Duff, but he fouls it back.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty impressive that he was able to make contact with that pitch. Came in rising fastball. We have 91 here on the TrackMan, and he gets hit on the inner part of the bat somehow, and that's what good hitters can do is when they swing the bat, they're able to make contact somehow, some way, and spoil good pitches.
That's right. Duff is known to do that. Throws his hands at the ball really well. Moore taking a peek at Jackson at second. And he delivers strike 3. Will Duff doesn't like it. Looked a little bit high and inside, but he rings him up. And it's 2 away here for the Gulls.
Definitely did look a little high and inside, and I don't think Duff was expecting to be called to strike 3. but Grayson Moore will take it, and now 2 outs in an inning where he's allowed 2 base runners, and look to see if he can get the 3rd out here.
Now it brings up the shortstop for the Sharks, Jake Berger. And he swings on the first pitch, lines it into center field. Oyama's going to come up throwing, and it's cut off. Jackson scores safely standing up, and the Sharks take a 1-0 lead here in the 3rd inning.
And this inning was really set up well by that Shapiro bunt, because what it did is it brings up this middle part of the order with an opportunity to shine, and with less than 2 outs. And now Newport's able to get the 2 outs, but Berger in the middle part of this lineup, a really good piece of hitting there to just line it right back up the middle and strike first here for the Sharks.
And as mentioned in the pregame show, Jake Berger, one of 5 All-Stars for the Sharks, shows it there. A big early lead now for the Sharks. See if they can continue it here. It brings up the bat of Spencer Bramwell. He lines that one deep into center field, but a diving catch, a jumping catch that is, by Kenny Oyama out in center. And that ends the top half of the 3rd. Sharks do take a lead on Jake Berger's RBI single. We are headed to the bottom of the 3rd on the NECBL network.
You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Don't forget that the NECBL All-Star Game.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL...
Number 2, Connor Kiley.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Guardians Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. Sharks just took the lead on an RBI single from Jake Berger, and now we have Connor Keeley. First pitch swung on and foul down the right field line.
Uh-oh, better call Newport Glass.
Daniel Haggerty out here for his 3rd inning of work. So far has 3 strikeouts. That pitch away makes it 1-1. Comes back with a fastball just inside.
Connor Keeley, though, we should mention him playing a lot recently. He's had 40 at-bats this year, and he lines that one out to first base, grounded out. Keeley, as I was going to mention, has been playing a lot recently for the Gulls. He's batting .275 overall this year, played in both games against Ocean State over the weekend, and just a player that has continued to show the depth of this Gulls team out in left field.
Yeah, decent piece of hitting there, but got a good bounce there at first base. Matt Woods, again, made the play. And now it's the shortstop for the Gulls, Spencer Smith, batting in the 9 slot. He's that first fastball for a strike, and he connects on the second pitch. A ground ball to the first baseman, Matt Woods, takes it himself for the 2nd out of the inning.
I think it has to be said of, Haggerty coming off the bus just at 3 o'clock and only gets 45 minutes to warm up, and he hasn't allowed a hit yet so far through, 2 2/3, but he's looked good so far. Hasn't really left the outfield in any of these hits from Newport players.
And now the Newport Gulls flip the lineup card for the first time this afternoon. So it's Kenny Oyama at the plate. Just made that impressive leaping catch to save a run. And extra bases for Spencer Bramwell. Count is 1-1. And a good off-speed there by Daniel Haggerty. Cuts back. And it's 1-2 to Oyama. Pitch swung on and fouled down the third base line. Oyama struck out in 3 pitches in his first at-bat. Now he's down 1-2 here. The delivery from Haggerty. Pitch swung on in line into the gap. The right center gap. Center fielder Brian Gukowski getting to it. Has an arm. Throws to second, but it's not going to be in time. And Oyama slides into second with a double.
Oh, he does it all for this Newport Gulls team. Hit it in the leadoff spot, and like you said, Brendan, made a great catch just a half inning ago, and just a great piece of contact right there. Just slapped it into that deep part in center field, and really a good piece of hitting. Try to get a 2-out rally here going.
As you mentioned, Zach, Kenny Oyama having his first home run against this Vineyard team just a couple of weeks ago, and Oyama, after going down on 3 pitches in the first inning, gets a nice double there and puts the Gulls in position to tie this game up.
Now it brings up Dawson Brigman, and he quickly lines that one on the right side, but it's just going to creep out of bounds. Foul ball. Yeah, obviously surprised to see Kenny Oyama go 0 for 5 in that second half of the doubleheader against Ocean State, but back on the board with a double already here in just the third inning. As I mentioned, it's Dawson Brigman for the Gulls here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, and Oyama's going. Bramwell throw. Good scoop by Duff, but he gets in there safely. Looked like that sliding foot of Oyama just beat the throw. A great scoop by Duff. What a scored Oyama, so you got to credit that there.
That definitely looked pretty close there, but the umpire had a pretty good view of that.
I'll tell you what, it was a great jump from Oyama, and I was very impressed with the throw of Bramwell, but I give credit where credit's due for Oyama able to slide and dodge a tag.
That pitch just misses low. Count is 2-1. As you mentioned, a great throw from the catcher Spencer Bramwell. That fastball gets away from Haggerty. Now Brigman's up in the count, 3-1.
We also know how much Kenny Oyama likes to steal the bases. Him and Sam Cochran on this Newport team. That's Oyama's now 10th stolen base on the air, and stealing third is no easy thing to do.
That one line, but caught right to the shortstop Jake Berger, and that ends the third inning. Sharks do lead the Gulls 1-0 as we head to the fourth on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. Sharks do lead the goals 1-0 as it's Matt Wood stepping to the plate. Takes that first pitch for a strike, and then it's going to be Grant Norris and Trey Leonard due up for the Sharks in the top of the fourth. Pitch swung on and fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2 to Matt Woods.
One of the interesting stats I always like to look at is the walks to strikeouts ratio, and Matt Woods this year 12 walks to 11 strikeouts, and it's pretty impressive to be able to have that type of eye. But as I say that, he goes down on strikes to make it 12.
That's right, a good off-speed pitch there from Grayson Moore.
It's funny what the broadcaster jinx will do, right?
Can go either way.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't been a victim of it myself.
Duke University.
That's right, and now it brings up Grant Norris. Doesn't hit hitter tonight. Takes first pitch away for a ball. Hit a ball up the middle for a single in his first time at bat. And now he's ahead in the count 2-0. That off-speed pitch just catches the bottom corner for a strike.
Moore's had a couple of those pitches so far. They've hit the right spot.
And there he is again, goes back to the slider. Evens count at 2-2. And the delivery. Grant Norris swinging, fouls it behind. And one thing I noticed already about this ballpark is it's got minimal foul territory, and it's kind of like the Shark Tank in Martha's Vineyard. Not too much room behind the backstop. That off-speed pitch looked like the same spot as the others, but ump says ball 3. So we have a full count to Grant Norris. The delivery gets him swinging for the second out of the inning. Grayson Moore strikes out Grant Norris. So it's back-to-back Ks for Moore.
Yeah, that was nastiness from Grayson Moore. A pitch that it looked so tasty on a payoff pitch. You got to defend the plate if you're Norris, and it comes in and then just started tailing out right at the end. Became unhittable, and just impressive to see the start that he's gotten off of gotten off to here in the fourth.
Yeah, that's right. Just breaking balls, getting these Martha's Vineyard Sharks hitters confused for sure. Haven't been swinging at many of them. And there's Trey Leonard. Swings on the first pitch. It looks like Kenny Oyama is going to call everyone else off and make the play. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Grayson Moore as we head to the bottom of the fourth on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 8th. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, The New England League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, We are heading to the bottom of the fourth. Daniel Haggerty, still the pitcher for the Sharks, heading for his fourth inning of work. It's Sam Cochran at the plate. Swings and fouls that one for first pitch of the at-bat. Cochran swings at the second pitch. Same location and fouls that one down the third base line. In his first at-bat, hit a very well hard hit ball down the third base line to Will Duff, but he made the play. So far the foul balls have gone that direction. And that 0-2 pitch in the dirt from Haggerty. That pitch swung on and into the gap between the first and second baseman. Makes its way to right field, and Cochran is aboard.
Yeah, that's what he does. He leads this Newport Gulls team 26 hits in 23 games, a model of consistency. He's found his way on base in all but one game he's played so far this season, and just someone you love to have at that top of the order for that reason exactly. And even though he's in the 3 spot and not in the leadoff spot today, works like a leadoff man here in this inning.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting. Obviously fouled 2 in the at-bat. Gets himself aboard with nobody out.
As I mentioned with Oyame, get ready maybe to see Cochran try to steal a base here with Hewlett up to bat.
Be probably the least shocking thing I've ever seen. He's got pulling up 16 stolen bases this year, 3rd across the entire NECBL.
That pitch makes it 1-2 to Bryce Hewlett. Haggerty hasn't thrown over to first yet. But as we know, this league, a lot of stolen base attempts. Goes at Hewlett. Bramwell throws over. Good throw. Good tag made by Woods, but Cochran makes it back in time.
And it does get a little more trivial with a lefty on the mound, and a guy, and we've seen it with Bramwell, the kind of arm he has behind the plate. That'll certainly challenge Cochran if he makes the attempt.
Bramwell, sorry, Brandon. Bramwell clearly saw Cochran, and obviously being told before the game of how much Cochran loves to steal a bag, and Bramwell just making sure that he stays over there.
Yeah, I definitely think he called a pitch out there, actually. That pitch outside. So it's full count here to Bryce Hewlett in the bottom of the fourth. Sam Cochran stands at first with nobody out, and he's going. Pitch swung on. Grounded to Matt Woods, first baseman, a hit and run play. Cochran safely aboard, standing at second with just 1 out.
Yeah, that's fantastic from Cochran because you're looking at a potential double play ball if he's not off and running on the pitch. Now it is very tough to turn with the speed of Cochran regardless, but you eliminate that possibility entirely and you move the potential tying run into scoring position.
That's a good execution there by the Newport Gulls.
Makes it a little bit easier for him to go when it's a full count as well, and Hewlett put in the right position that Cochran was able to move over a bag.
And now it brings up Gavin Cassis. Cassis did reach first base in his first appearance, walked. Haggerty delivers and a big swing by Cassis, but a miss. Quickly 0-2 to him. Right now it's going to be Jake Berger, the shortstop, trying to keep Cochran close as he prances around at second. The delivery, fastball outside. So it makes it 1-2 here to Cassis. Haggerty not taking too many peeks back. Might have rushed that pitch there. Another fastball misses high and away. So far, Haggerty been dealing pretty quick. Not taking too much time in between pitches. He usually just takes a quick peek back. And now Cochran's on his way to third. but catches strikes out swinging, and Cochran is safely into third base, but now 2 away.
Yeah, good pitch there from Haggerty, and if you're Cochran, he got a fantastic jump, picked a good pitch to run on a ball that was off speed, not a fastball. And now he's given, even now with 2 outs, has given Newport a good opportunity here if they can find that 2-out hit.
Seen Newport being aggressive with their 2 best base runners in Cochran and Oyama, both stealing third base.
That pitch swung on and it goes deep, but just foul down the right field line. It's the catcher, Jordan Rogers. So Cochran picks up his 17th and 18th stolen bases of the season. That breaking ball just misses inside. And the Gulls have another opportunity. Running on third base, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch swung on in line. Gets past Jake Berger and heads into left field. Jordan Rogers with an RBI as Sam Cochran makes his way across the plate, 1-1.
Yeah, great piece of hitting from Rogers there. It's a lineup that can beat you in so many different ways, and you get to this bottom part of the order, it doesn't get any easier. Great job by Rogers, not trying to do a whole lot, just pokes it out where there's no Martha's Vineyard fielders. And like I said, if they can find that 2-out hit, the breakthrough, they were set up well for success, and they come through right there. Great hit from Rogers.
Rogers definitely wishes he probably would be batting a bit better this year, 184 on the year, but he gets his 9th RBI on the season and ties this game up at 1.
That's right. Now it brings up the lefty playing third base, Joe Fortin. Fastball low and away. Quickly up in the count, 2-0. Fortin, a big part of the Gulls' pair of wins against Ocean State. Went 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. That fastball, again, misses high and outside, so it's 3-0. That fastball in there for a strike, so it's 3-1. Rogers at first, getting himself a healthy lead. 3-1, swung on, fouled. What did that hit? Might have hit the either the plate. It's just the first bit of grass. Jump back towards the Gulls dugout. So Haggerty works back from a 3-0 count. It's now 3-2. To Joe Fortin. Rogers at first. Delivery swung on and missed. Haggerty works back from a 3-0 count. The Gulls do even up the score at 1-1 as we head to the 5th on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Want to know more about Newport Gulls broadcast? Have a question, comment, or suggestion? Email broadcast@newportgulls.com. Our all-volunteer crew strives to produce the highest quality broadcast possible, and we want to know how we're doing. Be a part of Newport Gulls broadcast and let us know what you think by sending an email to broadcast@newportgulls.com.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/NewportGulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/NewportGulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the top of the 5th, as it's Brad Gronkowski leading us off here for the Sharks. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. It's still Grayson Moore on the mound for the Gulls. That fastball misses low.
Yeah, still Moore, and for good reason. It looks really good with his command. 37 strikes to just 16 balls, and has worked well so far.
Moore hasn't gone more than 5 innings this year, so we'll see, depending on how this inning goes, last inning, 1, 2, 3, we'll see if he can go longer than this.
Gronkowski fouled off the third pitch, so it's 1-2 here. The breaking ball just inside. Evens count at 2-2. Gronkowski is one of 2 Georgia Tech players on the Sharks team. As that pitch is inside and hits him on the elbow. Gronkowski, a big guy, shakes that one off, makes his way down to first base, a little lead off. Hit by pitch.
Yeah, just one that got away from him there a little bit, and something that can happen when you get a little later into these games. And like you said, Liam, a guy that hasn't worked 5 innings yet, trying to get there for the first time. You wonder if fatigue starts to settle in, not as a knock to Grayson Moore, but just something he hasn't done this season before.
And he's been dealing so far. We can't knock that. He had the one little hiccup that got the Sharks on the board, but besides that, in the 4th inning, he comes back with a 1-2-3 inning, so we'll see how he can bounce back with a runner on base and no outs.
Yeah, so it brings up a second Georgia Tech player. It's Jaden Jackson. It's quickly down 0-2 in the count. Gronkowski taking pretty big leads and also secondary leads. Has shown some pace this season. Jackson grounds that one back to Moore, the pitcher. Flips to Spencer Smith at second, on to first for 2. It's a double play flipped by the Gulls.
Yeah, great play by Grayson Moore. Very quick reflexes that we see there on the mound. A ball that was hit hard back up the middle by Jackson, but made it look easy there. That is a big play by Grayson Moore. After losing command on the hit by pitch, you bounce right back and eliminate the base runner just like that.
The fundamentals right there, Grayson Moore. It's tough to do, to be coming off the mound a little off balance. Spencer Smith in the right place, gets out of the way of the slide and throws a perfect throw over to first base to get the double play.
So now it brings up the leadoff batter for the Sharks. It's Colin Shapiro. He fouls that one off. So it's quickly 0-2 to him. 2 down in the top of the 5th. Shapiro with a bunt single his last time at bat down the third baseline. The 0-2 here. Stays alive as he fouls that one back. So far, no errors in this game. Something that I think of when I hear the Newport Gulls, and that one's grounded back to the pitcher Moore, and he flips on to first. And it's 1-2-3 there for the Gulls as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we enter the bottom of the fifth. Score is still 1-1 between the Sharks and the Gulls. Here leading off is Connor Keeley. Keeley grounded out in his first at-bat. And it's still Daniel Haggerty on the mound for the Sharks. That fastball up and in. So it's 1-2 to Keeley. That pitch grounded to the second baseman, Jaden Jackson, comes up throwing, makes the play, one away.
Yeah, neither starter really is giving an inch right now. It's a pitcher's duel here at Cardinals Field, and something that we've seen early on in games, and you can't say it's early on in games anymore when you're talking about a 7-inning game here today. And Haggerty's been fantastic for the Vineyard, as you said, a guy that, well, we weren't even sure if he was going to be the guy that started this game, and here he is, 4 1/3 through, has given up just 3 hits, and the lone blemish, Newport able to rally and get that run at tie of this game an inning ago.
That's right, so it brings up shortstop for the Gulls and the 9-hitter, Spencer Smith. Smith hitting .327 this year. Been productive for the Gulls. That pitch in there for a strike. He's got at 1-1. That pitch hit well and deep, but it is foul. Way over the left field grandstand. And even the Sharks bullpen down the left field line. So the 1-2. That off-speed pitch just misses outside. Haggerty looking to work quick here. So the 2-2 to Smith. Hit deeply to left field, but Shapiro is back there and makes the catch quickly, 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth.
Zach, you said how these pitchers are dealing and really feeling themselves, and you got to say that there's been a lot of contact on these balls, but straight to infield players and straight out to the outfielders, and it's just been an easy kind of day for, routine plays really that infielders and outfielders like to make. So these pitchers are doing really well, but you have to say a lot of contact coming as well.
Yeah, that's right, and it's really hard for anything to get going for either team so far. It's been the help of, obviously, Kenny Oyama out in center making good catches, and once he's gotten on the base path, he's stealing bases. The same with Sam Cochran, who scored the run for the Gulls. And it's Kenny Oyama now with 2 outs. He's quickly up in the count, 2-0. Had that great line drive double to the right center gap. And that fastball from Haggerty in for a strike as he works to battle back from the 2-0 count. Now it's 2-1. That pitch just inside. So it's a hitter's count right now, Kenny Oyama. That pitch line to the shortstop, Jake Berger. And he comes up throwing and makes the play. So it's 1-2-3 for the Sharks as we head to the 6th inning here at Cardinals Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
The New England League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, The league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most scenic communities to offer summer baseball at its finest. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League continues to transcend communities and give the best student athletes from across the country a chance at their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com. The New England League. Keep your eye on the dream. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. It is still 1-1 as we head to the top of the sixth. I will be passing the play-by-play back to the voice of the Newport Gulls, Zach Letson.
Well, thank you, Brennan. We got a great one here at Cardines Field in game one of a doubleheader. It is still Grayson Moore for the Newport Gulls, looking to get through inning number 6 and facing 2, 3, and 4. In the Martha's Vineyard lineup starts with Will Duff.
And as we mentioned last inning, I'll mention it again, it's the first time Moore going over 5 innings, if of course he gets through Duff here, but it's been a pitcher's duel so far, so keep the hot hand going.
0-2 hit down the line. That's a fair ball just past the dive of Fortin. Could be extra bases, and Duff will go for it. Throw comes into second, sliding in safely is the third baseman Duff, and an extra base hit to get things started in inning number 6.
And there he lines one down to where he's familiar, the third base line. And like I said, he's just one of those better hitters where he throws his hands at the ball so well, and there it pays off. And he dug out, and he just beat that throw to second. And there with a leadoff double for the Sharks. Hopefully can keep this going here with Jake Berger coming to the plate.
Well, it was Berger that opened the scoring with an RBI single. And you'd want up at the plate again if you're the Vineyard. This time with nobody out. Breaking ball from Moore misses inside. It's 1-0. Had that big RBI single in the third, also grounded out in the first. It's the third time through the Vineyard order. This pitch foul back, of course. Only the third time through, but in crunch time. Now in game one of this doubleheader, just a 7-inning contest again, so a tight situation here. Of course, score was identical in the 6th inning of game 1 against the Ocean State Waves. Newport ended up coming out on top 3-1 thanks to Gavin Cassis, 2-run home run. 1-1. It's fought off back to the fence. Now it's 1-2 to Berger.
I think it's critical here for Moore to get Berger out in whatever way possible. Obviously not wanting to advance Duff here, but just to continue his confidence for the rest of this inning and keep this a 1-1 ball game for the Gulls.
2 for 6 in the 2 games that he's played against the Newport Gulls, if you include today. With a shortstop and in the 3 spot. Spencer Bramwell behind him. Still nobody out. And the top of the 6th. 1-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it. Hit it back to the fence. Will do it again.
Right now, Jake Berger showing why he's hard out. Back-to-back foul offs, keeping this count alive. Just right now, looking to put something in play. Hopefully advance Will Duff to put him in a sacrifice opportunity.
71st pitch coming for Grayson Moore, and this is longest outing of the season. 1-1 game. 1-2 again. Line back up the middle, another base hit for for Berger. The runner will be held at third. A good throw from Oyama will keep Duff at third base, but a nearly identically hit single to the one he had in the 3rd inning, and it puts runners on the corners with still no one out.
As you mentioned, almost identical to his last at-bat. Just right now, these Sharks hitters picking out the fastball and hitting that ball hard. Hit it too hard to the center fielder, Kenny Oyama. Had a beautiful throw. Good thing Coach Mendez held up Will Duff at third. and now it's runners at the corner with nobody out.
Here's Kevin Winter, the Newport Gulls manager, might be taking the ball from Grayson Moore, and he will, as he makes the sign to the bullpen. So the day is finished for Grayson Moore. A fantastic day for the Vanderbilt Commodore. And we'll step aside, have the new pitcher for you on the other side. 1-1 game here in the top of the sixth on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The New England League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most scenic communities to offer summer baseball at its finest. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League continues to transcend communities and give the best student athletes from across the country a chance at their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com. The New England League. Keep your eye on the dream. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Back here at historic Cardines Field. Thanks so much for joining us on the NECBL Broadcast Network in a nail-biter. Game 1 of a 7-inning doubleheader, and the Newport Gulls making their first call to the bullpen here this afternoon. It's Luke Schauer out of the University of Virginia. He is making his second appearance with the Newport Gulls, a later arrival out of Washington, D.C. He pitched in the 8-1 victory over the Mystic Schooners and went 2 innings of shutout ball, gave up 2 hits, no runs on the board, and 2 strikeouts. Going to keep this a 1-1 game. First pitch to the cleanup man, Spencer Bramwell. He was trying to make it 4-1. Swung and missed. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Spencer Bramwell hasn't gotten on base today, but 2 hard hit balls, so he's got a great opportunity here with nobody out to score someone here.
Runners on first and third, back-to-back hits to open up the inning for Martha's Vineyard as this pitch comes in off speed for a strike to Bramwell.
That pitch looked a bit outside, but umpire says hit the top corner.
Quickly 0-2 to the cleanup man. Here it comes. Sharp curveball, and it's skying out of play. Bounces off a house, and it'll make its way onto West Marlborough Street.
Better call, Newport Glass.
Definitely a risky pitch there, in my opinion, to one of the better hitters on the Sharks team. Spencer Bramwell just was a little bit late on that one, but sent it definitely home run distance.
0-2 comes in high, and now it's 1-2 to the catcher. Can close a partial line on Grayson Moore, the starter for Newport. Won a season-high 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, just 1 earned run, but is responsible for Berger and Duff on the base paths. 1-2. Curveball, and just getting a piece is Bramwell.
Bramwell reaching for that one just a bit, but barely gets the tip back and keep himself alive and try to get the Sharks ahead in the top of the 6th.
1-2. Fastball, it's in the dirt. Off and running was Berger, and he gets to second safe without a throw as it caromed off the glove of Rogers and looks like it hit the home plate umpire, Robert McHugh. So I'll take a minute. Certainly hope he's all right.
I think it might have hit him in the leg. Just trying to shake it off here a little bit. But a single here for the Sharks can put them up by 2 runs. Luke Schauer will try to get Bramwell to strike out and one way or another try to keep the runners at second and third.
Yeah, Jake Berger did just come off a hamstring injury about a week ago, but he did steal that base there. Looks fairly okay running, so it'll be a bit interesting, though, if we do see a base hit into the outfield, if Jay Mendez, third base coach and head coach for the Sharks team, does send him. Has a big lead here, but the infield is in.
2-2. It's grounded. It'll go just foul. Was hit softly and a little bit dangerous for the Newport Gulls, who began to play now in on the infield with a double play ball out of the picture. Could change things in a lot of ways.
You know, Spencer Bramwell just showing how talented of a hitter he is. He's waiting on that breaking ball, just pushing it foul, keeping this at-bat alive.
A .229 hitter coming into tonight. Has hit 3 long balls to go with 9 RBIs. Do the 2-2 again. Fastball grounded hard. That gets through for a base hit. 1 run is in as Duff scores. They will hold Berger at third base. An RBI single for the cleanup man, Spencer Bramwell, and the Vineyard are back on top. It's 2-1.
And that's the thing about good hitters. It's just they work the at-bat so long that they finally wait for their pitch. And right there, he got on a fastball, drove it again. Another hard hit ball, his third hard hit ball of the evening, but that one finds the gap in between the shortstop and the third baseman.
Well, still nobody out, and it brings up the dangerous 5-hitter Matt Woods. Swings out a first pitch and just nubs it foul. 3 hits to open up this inning. A double by Will Duff, a single by Jake Berger, and an RBI single from Spencer Bramwell. Matching the hit total the Newport Gulls have all afternoon. Good stop from Jordan Rogers on this ball in the dirt, but aggressive base running. Bramwell will have second. A big, this time will be a passed ball, as the first one was a stolen base, but that time a passed ball for Jordan Rogers. And again, it'll force the Newport Gulls infield to creep in.
Yeah, right now the Sharks doing a good job putting the pressure on the Gulls. Obviously the infield's in now. An important at-bat.
1-1 misses down low. So now Woods is ahead in the count. Newport looking to limit the damage here. Already 1 run across and still looking for their first down here in the top of the 6th. 2-1. Break-in pitch, swing and a miss.
Good pitch there from Schauer, catching Woods off guard a little bit on that breaking ball at 69 miles an hour. Well, probably for his own confidence, want to get Woods out here.
Gulls looking for the first down in the 6th. 2-2. It's chopped to Hewlett, and it rolls fair. It goes past the first baseman, Bryce Hewlett. A fair ball. 2 runs will score for Martha's Vineyard. So a misplay at first base. There'll be an error in E3 against Bryce Hewlett, and a costly one. 2-run score. It's 4-1 Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, it's a tough one there for Bryce Hewlett. It looked like he wanted to leave that one foul, but I think it just crept off the base even and, you know, trickled into a spot in right field where it was hard to get, and it gave enough time for Spencer Bramwell to come around, make it a 3-run lead for the Sharks now.
Yeah, he did play it as if it was maybe going foul, but it stayed just fair, and a huge play.
Yeah, just an awkward position there, obviously, for a lefty. Unfortunate. Still no outs in this top half of the 6th inning. Brings up another great hitter in Grant Norris.
The DH today for Martha's Vineyard. The runner in scoring position now looks at strike number 1. Well, 3 runs across for the Sharks here in the 6th. A breakthrough inning in what's been a game where runs have been very hard to come by. As big lead off of second base for Woods, and this one's hit foul back. It's 0-2.
Yeah, Matt Woods now standing at second. He had 9 stolen bases at Bryant this past season. Coach Mendez keeping those Sharks base runners active.
0-2 in there for strike 3. Luke Schauer paints the corner and gets a big first out finally for the Newport Gulls here in the 6th.
Yeah, great pitch from Schauer. Kind of caught Grant Norris off guard after he went to the breaking ball, now back to the fastball.
Number 1, Trey Leonard.
Still work to be done for the Newport Gulls. 2 more outs to get. And here's Trey Leonard, batter for the Vineyard out of Louisville. 0 for 2 today, a ground out in the 2nd and flew out in the 4th. First pitch he sees is outside from Schauer at 85 miles an hour, 1-0.
Wonder too, as Brennan said, about keeping the runners active, and Jordan Rogers not having a bunch of time at catcher position. If they want to get super aggressive in testing Rogers out, it's obviously difficult. Stealing third base, but just wonder if they want to be aggressive, the Sharks, if they care to do that.
Well, Leonard now ahead 2-0 on Schauer. Pitch. Hit back to the fence here at Cardines. Now it's 2-1. A .217 hitter coming into today. Just 5 hits for Trey Leonard. He is 5 for 25 now on the season, including the 0 for 2 spot today.
You know, Trey Leonard obviously not as successful at the plate this season, but he's covered a lot of ground in right field so far. Made numerous impressive catches at the Shark Tank. As many fans know how hard it is to make plays there with the fly ball and the lights. He's done a good job out in right field this season.
2-1 is upstairs now. While the numbers may not tell you the story with him this summer, he did have a great year with the Louisville Cardinals this past year. 37 games and hit .313. Part of a very dynamic offense. .3-1. Skied into the air. Into the infield. Dawson Brigman's underneath it, and he makes the catch. There's the 2nd out for the Gulls here in the 6th.
Showers probably obviously loves that play there. It gets unfortunate with the play by Hewitt at first to make this a 4-1 game, but strikes out Norris, gets Leonard to fly out, and look to get Gronkowski out here to end the inning and keep the Gulls still intact for the rest of this game.
8-hitter Brad Gronkowski gets his opportunity now. What's been a long top of the 6th. Grounds the first pitch he sees. Nice scoop by Fortin across the diamond. He goes in time, and the inning is finally over. Martha's Vineyard, they break through in the top of the 6th for 3 runs and now lead Newport 4-1 as we go to the home half of the 6th on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League.
Not too shabby of a crowd here on a Monday afternoon as we play 2 at Cardines Field. And in crunch time in game number 1 of a 7-inning doubleheader, we go to the bottom of the 6th, a 4-1 game, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Martha's Vineyard Sharks.
Yeah, coming in here in the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be reliever Clark Tenick from Bethesda, Maryland, on 10th, Yale University. So far this season, he's appeared 6 times, total of 9 innings pitched, 1-1 record with a 7 ERA. He does have 16 strikeouts, just to 6 hits this season. So he's looking to continue that here in a big spot. He does have a 3-run lead, but this is a powerful Newport Gulls offense, so important here for him.
2, 3, and 4 for the Gulls in their half of the 6th to try to answer. 1 run for Martha's Vineyard in the 3rd, but 3 in this top of the 6th. That is the difference right now. RBI single from Spencer Bramwell, but then a big play at first base as Brigman swings and misses at the 2-1. It's 2-2. There's an error charged to Bryce Hewlett that brought home 2 more Martha's Vineyard runs on a ball that took a strange hop there at first base. 2-2. In there, rather, excuse me, the 2-1 in there for a strike. Now it's 2-2. Brigman today is 0 for 2. Looks at this pitch downstairs now. The count is run full.
Gulls would love to get Brigman on base here. Start this inning off, and the same as the Sharks did, get a runner on base before there's any outs.
Payoff. Hit hard, but right to Berger. Across the diamond, the scoop, and it gets away. So Brigman will be aboard to start things off on a base hit.
And that's exactly what they needed to get this thing going for the Gulls. Brigman with a little missed throw by Berger. But the Gulls will take anything they can right now in a 4-1 deficit in a 7-inning game.
So I beg your pardon, will be an error against Berger on the throw that went a little wide of the bag and got away from the first baseman Woods. Sure, the Gulls, you will take it. First 4 runners got on for Martha's Vineyard this past half inning, and Newport 1 for 1 in their half. Sam Cochran will look to continue that. He has one of Newport's 3 hits today, and the only Newport run scored came in the 4th when he led that inning off with a single. 0-1. Comes in and hits his shoulder. So his pitch slips out of the hand of Kletenik. And just like that, no hits, but 2 Newport Gulls on the base paths here in inning number 6.
And like I mentioned, we get in runners on with no outs to start this inning. It's the same thing that happened to the Sharks in the top half of this inning. And now Hewlett gets a chance to maybe redeem himself with a base hit here to get the Gulls back into this one.
In the blink of an eye, Newport has a tying run at the plate. Hewlett takes a rip at the first pitch and just got out ahead of it.
I think he broke his bat on that one. Hewlett loves swinging at the first pitch. We've seen it a bunch this season.
11 hits this season, including a long ball against the Danbury Westerners that cleared the net here. Now we know he has that kind of pull power. He's looking to reach base for the first time today, as his previous 2 batters in front of him have done so. Brigman on an error from Berger, and then Sam Cochran hit on the first pitch, rather the second pitch he saw. 2 on with nobody out. Pitch skips in the dirt, and a very good stop from Spencer Bramwell on a ball that bounced in front of home plate. It's 1-1.
Yeah, important stop there. Helps Klisenik, obviously. Just one runner in scoring position right now.
1-1 is grounded. Be a tough play for Wood. He races to the bag and wins the foot race. So the first down in the bottom of the 6th. A 3 unassisted for Bryce Hewlett, but it does move 2 Newport Gulls runners up 90 feet.
Well, twice now in this game, Hewlett has moved runners into scoring positions and better scoring positions, excuse me. He did that with Cochran when the Gulls scored in the 4th inning, and he does that again. Now Cassis with an opportunity to tie this game up.
First pitch to the Vanderbilt Commodore in there for a strike.
That, of course, I should say if Cassis has his power strength as he did against Ocean State on Saturday.
It was a very similar spot that he came into in game 1 of that contest. 2 strikes out of the arm immediately from Klisenik, and it's quickly 0-2 to Cassis. Hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 6th in that first game, and now comes up in the bottom of the 6th again. This pitch nearly gets away outside. 1-2 now to Cassis. The designated hitter for today. Can also play first base, and may be doing so in game number 2 of this doubleheader. 1-2 in the dirt, and it's uneven count at 2-2. Two runners on the base paths with no hits this inning for the Newport Gulls, with a tying run at the plate. 2-2 is hit hard, but right to Jackson. Only play is over at first in time, so Cassis is retired, but it's an RBI ground out for the designated hitter, and Newport gets a run back. It's 4-2.
Cassis, of course, would have wanted that ball to get up through the gap, but moves Cochran over. He gets Brigman home. And this game is 4-2 now, and Rogers, who already has an RBI single, with an opportunity to make this a closer game.
He again represents the tying run. Has Newport's only RBI hit today. There's that single that scored Sam Cochran in the 4th inning. And that came with 2 outs. Comes in a big 2-out spot again, with again Cochran at third. Takes a huge hack at this pitch out of the arm from Klisenik, and now it's 1-1. One is hit high in the air into relatively deep right field, but there is Leonard to make the catch and retire the side. Newport gets one back on an RBI ground out from Gavin Cassis. That's all they get. It's 4-2 as we go to the top of the 7th. Let's keep things here on the NECBL Broadcast Network as we get one final look here in game number 1 around the NECBL. Liam?
So during the 3rd inning, I recapped some of the games going on in the Southern Division tonight and just the standings. So take a look at the Northern Division. Later today, we have the Vermont Mountaineers, going up against the North Adams Steeple Cats at 6:30. We also at 6:35 have the Keene Swamp Bats, who I mentioned are in first place at 16-7, the same record as the Newport Gulls. Will be going up against the North Shore Navigators. So 2 games there tonight in the Northern Division. We'll recap some of the Northern Division standings though. Keene Swamp Bats at 16-7. North Shore Navigators 12-9-2, 3 games back of the Keene Swamp Bats. The Upper Valley Nighthawks 14-11, 3 games back, so they're tied with the North Shore Navigators. The Vermont Mountaineers 13-12, 4 games back. North Adams Steeple Cats 11-11-2, 4.5 games back. The Winnipesaukee Muskrats 8-16, 8.5 games back, and the Sanford Mainers 7-15, 8.5 games back. A lot of ties we've seen between the North Shore Navigators and North Adams Steeple Cats. So that does it for the Northern Division, and of course we have our second game of this doubleheader 30 minutes after the end of the game here, whenever that does eventually happen.
Well, it was something we thought we'd have to shift around after a start time that was 52 minutes later than expected. But it's been a game that has moved along here at Cardings Field, a 3:52 start time, and we enter the final inning of play at 5:25 p.m. A 4-2 lead for the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. So Newport's looking to keep their 6-game winning streak intact, but is in danger right now. Longest winning streak they have had all season, leading them to a 16-7 record. The best in the Southern Division and tied for the best in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. Luke Schauer back out on the mound for Newport to face 9-1-2. Jaden Jackson, the first batter, set a ball down low for ball number 1. Jackson today 1 for 2. He singled and came around to score the very first run for Martha's Vineyard in that 3rd inning. But he did ground into a big 1-6-3 double play in the 5th in his last at bat. One and one to the second baseman from Georgia Tech. The pitch skips in the dirt. Now it's 2-1. Well, ACC matchup going between Schauer on the mound from University of Virginia and Jaden Jackson, Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Drives this one hard and through. A single for Jaden Jackson into left field. A 2-for-3 day for the second baseman and the leadoff man on for the Vineyard.
Yeah, another good piece of hitting there by Jaden Jackson. Took a fastball and lined it towards the left side of the field, and now coming in for Colin Shapiro, it's going to be a pinch hitter, Tommy Seidel. Going to replace Shapiro in left field. Tommy is a graduate from Harvard. He's going to be heading to the University of Alabama next year.
Number 13, Tommy Seidel.
The first pinch hitter we've seen on either side as Jackson took off for second, but we'll have to trot back on a foul ball.
Tommy did go 2 for 4 in the Sharks' last game in a loss to the Blues. That was on Saturday night.
Well, it comes in a big spot here with the Vineyard looking for some insurance runs. Their 3-run spot in the 6th is the difference in this ball game right now. 0-1 from Schauer. Just misses. 1-1. 18 strikes to 10 balls so far. 28 pitches in for Luke Schauer, the first reliever that Kevin Winograd has gone to so far today. After Grayson Moore went the first 5. Sharp breaking ball out of the arm of Luke Schauer drops in at 68 miles an hour for strike 2. One in the 3rd and 3 in the 6th for Martha's Vineyard. Newport answering with 1 in the 4th and another one in the 6th. Swing and a miss. That time from Seidel. And a strikeout from Luke Schauer. Out number 1 here in the 7th.
A great at-bat from Schauer. Off-speed pitches. Gets Seidel to swing and gets the first out of this inning.
Now a ground ball can get you out of it, but it's the man that started the party in inning number 6, Will Duff. First to check in over on first. And Jackson's back and safe. Third baseman Will Duff, who began that 6th inning with a double, came around to score. Was followed by Berger, Bramwell, and Woods, who all reached base. .266 hitter coming into today. And this is 19th game of the season. Played a lot for Jay Mendez's group. As this pitch is in 1-1.
Jaden Jackson attempted to steal on the first pitch of the at-bat to Tommy Seidel. Hasn't attempted since.
Has a healthy lead over there on the lefty. Not going this time. And there's another rainbow breaking ball from Schauer. Gets the plate. It's 1-2. Looking for back-to-back punch-outs. He's got 2 of them so far for Luke Schauer. Newport Gulls staff has 6 on the day to this point. 1-2. In there for strike 3, making number 7. Luke Schauer with back-to-back strikeouts, and now there's 2 away in the 7th inning.
That's great back-to-back stuff from Schauer. Duff was not happy about that call there. Schauer will be. Gets 2 outs now. We'll try to get out of this inning with Jake Berger, who's had a nice day for himself in this first game, and get him out.
Yeah, that last pitch to Duff there looks similar to his strikeout earlier, kind of the same spot. Look back at the umpire with some frustration.
Schauer goes back to the breaking ball on the first pitch to Berger. 1-0 to the shortstop, one of 2 players with multiple hits in this game. Single in the 3rd, and another big single that came just an inning ago in the 6th. This pitch skips, takes a bad hop on Rogers all the way down the line. Jackson has 2nd easily, thinks about 3rd, and he'll stay put.
Yeah, Schauer so far been utilizing that breaking ball a lot, and it's worked for him. That one just a little bit too short, took a big bounce off the dirt and off the, I think the knee pad of Rogers there behind the plate.
Of course, a big adjustment, starting his first game behind the plate for the Gulls this summer. 2-0. There's a strike from Schauer at 82, make it 2-1. 2 for 3 hitter today is Berger, and really a culmination of the season that he has had for the Sharks, hitting .320. 4 home runs and 15 RBI. Swings and misses at this pitch, and now it's 2-2. After the leadoff single, Luke Schauer looking to strike out the side. Punched out the next 2 batters that he faced in both Seidel and Duff. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the 7th. Now I'll step off the mound. Going to keep this at just a 2-run deficit for the Newport Gulls as they get their final chance on the bottom of this inning. 2-2. Just misses outside as Berger's able to hold off. And now we've gone full. Game 2 of the doubleheader between these two coming up shortly after the conclusion of Game 1. Be another 7-inning contest. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He went back to the breaking ball, and it was money from Luke Schauer. Strikes out the side in the top of the 7th. Newport with one final opportunity, and they're home half of the 7th. 4-2 Sharks over the Gulls on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Tuesday, August 3rd, when the 2021 New England League playoffs begin. And this year, the postseason field is bigger than ever. All 14 teams will qualify for the 2021 NECBL playoffs, starting with a single elimination wildcard round and a first-round bye for the first-place team. The winning teams will meet in best-of-3 series for the divisional semifinals and finals. And then, the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2021 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL.
Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
One last opportunity for the Newport Gulls here in their half of the 7th inning. Game 1 of this doubleheader between Martha's Vineyard and Newport. A 4-1 advantage for the visiting side, and they will turn things over to a new pitcher to try to close this one out.
Yeah, for the Sharks, it's going to be the closer, Alex Galvin, a big 6'6". He's going to be a sophomore at Louisville from Brielle, New Jersey, and so far this season, he's come in for 6 attempts. He's only blown 1 save this season. Total of 7 1/3 innings, 2.45 ERA. Let's see if he can close it out here for the Sharks.
7-8-9 for the Newport Gulls. Joe Fortin is the first batter and swings and misses it. The first pitch from Galvin.
A 94-mile-an-hour pitch there from Galvin.
Yeah, so far this season, he's been sitting right around 95, 96. Does come with pace.
Fortin swings at the 0-1 and bloops it into left. This drops for a hit. Joe Fortin, a big single to try to get a rally started, and Newport brings the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there, and out in left field, Tommy Seidel, the pinch hitter who came in last inning, probably the fastest Shark on the team, so that one just out of his reach, made the smart decision to keep it in front of him.
So the Sharks went to the bench in the top of the 7th to bring in Seidel, and now Newport goes to the bench to bring in the All-Star fan vote candidate, Matt Wood. Comes in a huge spot as the game's tying run. And he looks at a first pitch, another fastball, 94 on the gun from Galvin, strike 1.
The last 7 games, Matt Wood batting .400 in his last 7, as I mentioned. So good spot here for him to help the Gulls out.
0-1. Downstairs, 1-1. Has reached in all 8 games he has played since coming back from a tough injury suffered in batting practice. Played a pivotal role on this Newport Gulls squad. And trying to come through here. Newport down to the last 3 outs. Breaking ball, Wood disagrees, just drops in there for a strike. Now it's 1-2. Went from 94 to 79, did Galvin. Fortin on first, Wood at the plate, off the bench, replacing Connor Kiley. Just gets a piece of the 1-2 and stays alive. 96, as we were talking about, reaches it there.
I think that got Bramwell on the hand. He looks a bit shaken up down here right in front of us. He threw his glove off and shaking it off now.
Yeah, a little bit of a scary sight to see, of course. Got all the protective gear on, but that one of the places that is not protected is the bare hand that he had out, and looks like he's doing all right as we see a smile from the Colorado Mesa catcher.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely not easy getting ready to catch 96 mile an hour, and then it takes a quick turn off the bat. Doesn't feel good. Looks like he's all right.
So we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes with no one out in the 7th. The pitch is hit off the fence. A loud clang off of the fence. Probably made some contact with the metal pole. 96 again from Galvin, and fought off again to keep this at bat alive. Four runs on 9 hits for the Sharks, 2 runs on 4 hits for the Newport Gulls. 1-2. It's driven in the air, into right. Should be playable for the right fielder. Leonard makes the catch a few steps in front of the wall. And there's a big first out for the Sharks.
That one there popped off the bat, but plenty of time for Trey Leonard to run under it, make the play.
The shortstop, number 20.
Atwood hung in there on that at-bat. He probably wishes he got a little bit better contact. Galvin gets the first out for the Sharks in the bottom of the 7th.
Now it's the 9-man Spencer Smith to try to come through for the goals. First pitch, another fastball from Galvin. 0-1. He has not been missing the zone so far. As this one's grounded, right back to Galvin. He'll try to go to second. The stretch from the shortstop, and they get the lead runner. Well, a big stretch by Berger, just able to keep that foot on the base and get Fortin out. The lead runner and the second out here in inning number 7.
Yeah, Galvin kind of lobbed that one over to second base and having to come off the bag a little bit. Spencer Smith makes it to first, and Kenny Oyama now with 2 outs has to save the goals, keep them alive.
Newport down to their last out for their leadoff man. Has a big double this afternoon, came in the 3rd inning. Was stranded at 3rd. Now represents the tying run here in the 7th.
If I'm the goals, this is who I want at bat to keep this game alive. Oyama with a quick, short, choppy swing has enough time to get around to it. And if he tees it up, you never know.
Galvin drops in a strike. Now it's 1-1. Some speed on first with the shortstop, Smith. But the tying run is at the plate. As the 1-1 misses upstairs. Make it 2-1 to Oyama. Double that came in the 3rd, and his lone home run of his season and his collegiate career came against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Out at the Shark Tank, last time these two met. 2-1 just misses upstairs. And now a good hitter's count for the center fielder. It's 3-1. Newport looking for a rally. 3-1. In the dirt for ball 4. So Kenny Oyama will trot down to first and represent the tying run on the base path as Newport brings the potential winning run to the plate with Dawson Brigman.
Great job there by Oyama.
Number 4, Dawson.
Oyama being one of the shorter people on this team, his frame helped him there. And now Brigman got a base hit his last time up. An opportunity here.
Named an all-star yesterday was Brigman, and looking to come through today for the Newport Gulls. Down to their final out with a tying run and a lot of speed on first with Kenny Oyama.
Right, not to mention another important piece of this at bat. If he does hit a well-hit enough ball, gets deep enough in the park, Oyama's the one you want on first.
0-1 misses high and inside. Almost would have to think Vineyard playing for not a double in this situation, a no-double defense of sorts with a ball in the gap that could potentially tie this one up. 1-1 comes in upstairs. So after a 5-pitch walk to Kenny Oyama, now Dawson Brigman is ahead 2-1. For the first time today, Galvin having a little bit of trouble locating the zone. 2-1 to Brigman. Fastball, and it's in there for a strike on the outer part at 96 on the gun, and Newport's down to their final strike. Smith on second. Oyama on first, and they'll call a balk on Galvin. What a call that is. A balk from the righty will move the tying run into scoring position, and Smith to third. Huge.
Huge is right. Now Brigman has the opportunity with just a single to get the speedy Kenny Oyama in to tie this game up.
2-2. Just got a piece and keeps this game alive by that much.
Yeah, and now it really flips the pressure onto the Sharks, in particular Alex Galvin. If he does walk Brigman, he has Sam Cochran to deal with, who has been successful this season, hitting almost 300 coming into today. So right now, obviously, 2 potential important pitches, just needs 1 to strike him out.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it comes. Outside, good eye from Dawson Brigman. And nowhere to put him. We've gone full with 2 outs. Newport looking for a rally. The tying run on second base for the Gulls. Payoff pitch. Hits it back to the fence. And what a time for the best and lengthiest at bat of this ball game. The 8th pitch coming up to Dawson Brigman, Newport's second baseman. 3-2. Upstairs for ball 4. What an at bat from Dawson Brigman. A 9-pitch walk, and Newport has the bags loaded for Sam Cochran.
As you said, Zach, just an outstanding job by Brigman. Staying in there, 8 pitches, fouled a couple off. Galvin balks, puts the runners over, and now Sam Cochran, named an all-star starter last night with the opportunity to do something great here for the Gulls in the first game of this doubleheader.
Bases are full for Newport's hit leader, Sam Cochran. First pitch. Breaking ball, it's in there for strike, 78 on the gun.
Yeah, right there. An important pitch for Galvin. Cochran not expecting an off speed. Just sits in there for a strike.
26 hits this season, 1 today in the 4th. 0-1. Skips in the dirt. What a stop. What a stop from Bramwell. Might have saved a run. And Oyama from going to third. Now it's 1-1.
Brennan, you've talked about it all game, but Bramwell has been outstanding at the catcher position today. Keeping runners in play, stopping balls that are bouncing in front of him, and that right there just saved the run.
Tying run at second with the bases loaded in the 7th. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew 96 by him. And again, Newport is down to their last strike.
Yeah, now Galvin has the advantage and go right back to the off speed, which Cochran probably isn't expecting, but he can blow up by him with 96.
1-2. He's grounded back up the middle. Play for Berger. Flip to second. A close play. And they'll call him out. A very close play at second base. And it ends the game. Martha's Vineyard takes game 1 of this 7-inning doubleheader on a close play at second. Your final 4-2. As the Sharks come out over the Gulls for the very first time here this season.
Yeah, right there. That was really close, honestly. Jake Berger kind of approached that one slowly, and obviously good hustle on the base path made it a close play, but ultimately Galvin gets the job done and completes the win for the Sharks.
Tough loss here for the Gulls in game 1 of this doubleheader as Martha's Vineyard comes out 4-2. Break it down a little further for you. Martha's Vineyard 4 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Newport 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. The 1 run, Martha's Vineyard opened the scoring in the top of the 3rd and scored 3 big runs in the 6th. The difference in this game, Newport answered with 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 6th before loading the bases here in the 7th. But a ground out ends the ball game. We'll be back very shortly for game 2 coming up soon between these two teams as Newport looks to bounce back and split against the Sharks. But for now, we'll sign off for game 1 for my broadcast partners Brennan Morton and Liam Tormey. I'm Zach Letson saying so long, and we'll see you soon.